Brexit sparked calls from voters across the continent to question their place within the EU, exposing the fragility of the bloc after 3 members, once considered safe states, demanded referendums on membership. The UK is set to leave the EU at the end of the year. A period of 4 years has elapsed since the landmark result was announced. Negotiations between the UK and EU are underway, too, as both parties attempt to strike a deal that would see either side trading with one another on rules similar to those currently in place. However, neither side is entirely happy with certain propositions from the other. Matt Hancock, the Health Secretary, claimed a trade deal with the EU based on the UK's very reasonable demands is still possible. He said he very much hoped a no-deal outcome could be avoided if the two sides could work together. This came after the EU's chief Brexit negotiator, Michel Barnier, accused the UK of backtracking on its commitments. Mr. Barnier said there are 4 main areas where differences in opinion remain: fisheries, competition rules, governance and police cooperation. Without a new deal by January 1, 2021, the two sides will default to World Trade Organization trading terms. Despite the disagreement, the UK has ploughed ahead with striking trade deals elsewhere in the world. Japan and the UK began talks yesterday as the two work towards replacing the agreement Britain currently has with Japan through the European Union. The Brexit vote, announced in 2016, came as a shock to many in the UK and Europe. David Cameron, then Prime Minister, called the vote as part of a campaign to ensure he retained the keys to Downing Street in the 2015 general election. He succeeded. He didn't, however, envisage Leave ever winning, campaigning to remain a part of the EU. On his loss, the EU feared a number of copycat populist leaders around the bloc could attempt to emulate Mr. Cameron and drive referendums in their countries onto the agenda. Fears didn't appear overstretched, either, as voters in France, Italy and the Netherlands demanded their own votes on EU membership and the euro. Italy, which, at the time, was enduring a right-wing populist surge, was among those tipped to challenge the EU most fervently.